Everyone, we did it. We reached 7-0. Can you believe it? 7-0. I mean, whoever thought that? We weren't even supposed to be have this record. There was a lot of people that were predicting at the beginning, like in the preseason, people were predicting that maybe we would have a like 4-4 record or 3-4 record or 4-3, 4-3. Some record like that where we have losses. But nobody expected us to be 7-0. This is amazing. I mean, this is an amazing season. It almost reminds me of 2011 all over again. You know, when we just kind of rose from out of nowhere. But all those draft picks that we got over the last few years, it's starting to gel. It's all starting to come together now. Nothing's perfect, but it's coming along. And the game was, I was nervous about this game because I've always heard about Kyle Allen and and the successful season that he's been having, and hearing about Christian McCaffrey and the season that he's having. And I thought this might be a close game. I thought a lot of people were expecting blowout, but and it was a blowout. But I was thinking it was going to be a closer game. I thought it was going to be a nail biter, down to the wire game. And as a 49er fan, I do not like those kind of games. Because there's always the impending possibility of a loss. So I usually don't like those kind of games. But this team played good and solid. They get the ball on the opening kickoff. They march all the way down to the field and get a touchdown. Then after that, the defense started playing tough and rising up, and there were points where Carolina kind of chipped away at our lead. Right after halftime, there was they did get a field goal in the first half, and then in the second half there was the safety against Jimmy Garoppolo in the end zone. And that was 2 points for the Panthers. Then they went on a scoring drive and scored a touchdown, I think, after that. And so they kind of chiseled away at our lead. But then after that, we stood tall. We started putting the points on the board, making sure that they were not going to come back and snatch it from us. We were going to hold on to this victory, and we're going to hold on to it, and we did. Nick Bosa. I mean, what an animal Nick Bosa is. The guy is a beast. I mean, the guy is a walking beast. I mean, this guy is having the kind of season that. It's like almost unrealistic. This is the kind of season that a player in Madden would have. It was just unrealistic. It's unbelievable how the season this guy's having. He's getting a lot of sacks. He got 3 sacks yesterday. He got a near pick 6, but he was stopped. He took it all the way deep into Carolina territory after he intercepted it. But then, he didn't get all the way down there. But the results of that ended up as a field goal. But that was still good. We got points out of that, and it stalled their drive. But yeah, I'm really excited about what this team is doing right now. Now, I hear a lot of people say about Jimmy Garoppolo that they're still waiting for him to look like have big numbers and throwing for 300 yards and 4 touchdowns. Well, I think there's reasons for that, and it's not all Jimmy. Okay, I don't think Jimmy's a bad quarterback. I think he's a good quarterback and he has potential. I think part of it is the design of Kyle Shanahan's offense. This particular 49er team seems more like the kind of 49er team that would run the ball more, and it does. They run the ball a lot this year. If you looked at the game yesterday, they ran it, and a lot of their scoring drives, were runs. So, and they picked up a lot of yards on the ground yesterday. So, it's kind of uncharacteristic of Shanahan to be a run first team, because he's usually really into the passing game and stuff. But it was this team kind of reminds me of 2011, because that's how that first Harbaugh team was. They were a stingy defense. I don't think that defense is as good as this defense. I think this defense is better. But they were a good stingy. They had good stingy defense. They ran the football with Frank Gore. They imposed their will on people, and that's kind of how this team is. It's kind of like that. It kind of feels like 2011 again. And you know, the big difference about that, of course, is that back then we had Trent Bulkey as our general manager, and just after a couple of years, he took it all apart. After that, we don't have Trent Bulkey around anymore, so we're going to stay in good shape. And this franchise is hell bent on winning, and it's going to continue to win. That's why they made this trade to get, to get Emmanuel Sanders, because they needed a guy like that to kind of open up the passing game, and also to be, a big playmaker, a guy who can also be used as a decoy, open everybody else up. And yeah, I'm really excited about this. The fact that they got Sanders, it tells you right there and then they want this to be a playoff. They're making a run for the playoffs. They're making a run for the playoffs. I mean, they got off to a great start. Now they're going to run with it, and they're going to hit the ground running. But yeah, the Panther game, was, a lot of people said it was a test, and a lot of the Panther fans, and I saw this all over YouTube, they thought they were going to kick the crap out of us. They believed that we were no good, that we were just a mediocrity team, overrated team, a pretender team. Now, the reason why a lot of these kind of fans out there think this way about us is because we've been bad for the last 4 or 5 years. So they're so used to the idea that we're a bad team that that's all they expect from us, to be currently a bad team. But we're not a bad team. We're a good team. We've improved over the years with those draft picks and everything, and we've gotten to be a better football team. So I'm not all these naysayers out there can say all they want. You know, I mean, if they want to, in their head they want to still think that we're the 2017, 2018, 2016, 15, 14 Niners or whatever. Go ahead, think that way, because we are a better team now, and we're going to continue to win. Now we got a short week coming up. We got to play. We got to play those. We got to play those Cardinals on Thursday night, and that's not going to. I mean, I look for us to win that game easily, and that just may be the kind of game that Jimmy G might actually have a lot of. If Kyle Shanahan has Jimmy throwing the ball a lot in that game, Jimmy should have big numbers in that game because, from what I understand about the Cardinal defense, they're not all that good. But we'll see. I mean, we can't sleep on the Cardinals. I mean, I know that they're one of the, they're not a very good team, but they are a team that is kind of up and coming. They're slowly coming along, but we got to go in that game and not take them lightly. Every opponent we cannot take lightly. But no, I'm happy about our win over yesterday's win over the Panthers. I think we're going to be just fine. We're going to have some big tests though. I think we passed the first test yesterday. So, and I'm just so proud of the team. They play hard. Sanders got his touchdown yesterday, Emmanuel Sanders. So everybody's playing really well, and the team is playing well. I'm excited about where we are, and all these things. And I think, I hate, the one thing I don't like though is having to travel out to sports bars to see the game because I don't have DirecTV. But yeah, that's all I wanted to really say about the game. This is kind of a short video. Didn't really, didn't have a whole lot I want to say, but I'm just excited about the way we played, and we'll see what happens from here on in. I think we'll be fine. But before I go, I have to throw this in. I saw on Twitter that Kyle Allen um, said something about that Nick Bosa wasn't going to get any tackles or sacks. That turned out to be fake, a fake tweet, and I think also McCaffrey, his tweet was that he's going to run right through Nick Bosa, Buckner, and Armstead like a hot knife through butter. And it turned out that that tweet wasn't real either. Somebody was trying to create bulletin board material for the 49ers, and who knows, maybe the Niners actually believed it. But yeah, it was a good game, and looking forward to the next one. And I'm also sorry that I didn't do a video, like a a preview video. I just been busy, in the beginning of the weekend and stuff. But everybody, take care, and until my next video. All right, I'm out.